Tennis video. What's going on, everybody? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. And today, since my last tennis video was such an overwhelming success where I talked about the #1 player in the world, Novak Djokovic, being disqualified from the US Open for that nonsensical reason, since that was such a big success, I decided let's talk about tennis again. It seems I am becoming the leading voice in tennis media, and I am okay with that title. Thank you to all the tennis aficionados that were correcting me in the comments. That's a lot of sarcasm right there. But we do have something to talk about, and now we are talking about Naomi Osaka, who has decided she wants to celebrate a career criminal. Now, tennis is getting woke. Even social justice is getting involved into tennis. That is right. And really, the only real reason I'm familiar with this Naomi Osaka is because I remember when Serena Williams had her epic meltdown a few years ago, and this is the person she was playing against, and I remember Serena being very abusive to the umpire or the referee or whatever the fuck they're called in tennis. I remember Serena having a meltdown, accusing them of all of these things, threatening them.
But you know how many other men do things that are, I don't think they do much worse than that. This is not fair. There's a lot of men out here that have said a lot of things, and because they're men, that doesn't happen to them. Okay? This is unbelievable. No, I don't know the risk, because if I say a simple thing, a thief because he stole a point.
And that was perfectly okay. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that's the reason I'm familiar with Naomi Osaka. Now, Naomi Osaka is proving that she can't think for herself, that she is a follower, that she is part of the mainstream sheep, that she will do whatever she is told by the powers that be. And that's perfectly fine. That is her right. She is welcome to do whatever she wants. But this will not go over well, and that is the point of this video. More social justice is getting involved in all of our sports, and the question I ask is, why didn't Naomi wear a Tony Timpa tribute? Why didn't she wear a Daniel Shaver tribute? Why didn't she wear a Justine Damon tribute, huh? Because none of those people were talked about in the mainstream media. All of those people, non-black dudes, were killed by police officers. And then you can add the other 220 or 30 white people that have been killed by police this year. And none of these athletes have talked about that. None of these athletes have talked about that because it's not really important to them. Police brutality is not important to them. Oppressed people is not important to them, because somebody like Naomi Osaka, she's probably going to be like Colin Kaepernick. She's going to pop up tomorrow wearing a Fidel Castro shirt, because that's what these nonsensical athletes do. They are very stupid. They're very impressionable. They will just do what the mainstream wants them to do. And all the meanwhile, they are alienating their fan base. Now, I don't know how big of a deal she is in the tennis world. I have no idea. I literally would not be talking about her if she wasn't doing this stupid identity politics virtue signaling, but that is what she's doing, and maybe that's what she's trying to get. Maybe she's trying to get attention. I don't know, but it is going to be a problem for fans. Fans are going to reject this. Fans are tired of this shit. And we are on the cusp of the NFL season right now. We are close to the NFL season launching. And that is going to be very interesting to see how NFL players handle it. And I'm going to do a full video on that in terms of the NFL players. But it seems like the social justice narrative is not stopping. It's only picking up. And it's playing into tennis now. We saw what happened with NASCAR. We saw when Bubba Smollett tried to pull that nonsense in NASCAR. Fans tuned out in big-time numbers. And NASCAR hasn't been on my radar recently. I used to be a big NASCAR fan, used to watch it all the time. And then after Tony Stewart retired, I kind of checked out of NASCAR. But I feel like NASCAR has moved way away from the social justice nonsense. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like they've moved away from it. So it'll be interesting to see, with tennis being as buttoned up as they are on a lot of their rules. And again, I'm not an expert on tennis rules, clearly, after my last video. But I'm curious, do they have any rules about, political messages or sponsored messages or anything like that, I'm sure they have some type of code of conduct with your attire and things that you're going to be wearing. Even if they did, they would let it slide, because there's no way they would say no to George Floyd. There's no way they would say no to a career criminal being celebrated. There's no way. I mean, Jacob Blake, come on in, buddy. It doesn't matter what was going on. It doesn't matter how many women you abuse. It doesn't matter. As long as you're being celebrated as a career criminal, that is perfectly okay. But supporting the President of the United States, that's a big no-no. That's a big, big no-no. You can't do that, because that's toxic. It's and it's isms. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this, tennis aficionados. Let me know. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on, tennis aficionados. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about your sport going woke and possibly going broke. Have a good day. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate it. And we got a lot coming your way with all the nonsense. We're not going to back away from it. We're going to cover sports when there's sports to cover. We're going to cover bullshit when there's bullshit to cover. And at the end of the day, we're going to hold people accountable for their actions. Talk to you later.